7 signs into time to modernize your IT systems. The clicky, outdated, and obsolete IT systems burden on the entire enterprise. Here are the key signs that indicate the time for legacy IT system refresh. Technology continues to advance at a furious pace. That's great because a strong IT environment is necessary to take advantage of the latest innovation and business opportunities. The bad news is, however, is that the IT system modernization requires significant financial and time investment. So when addressed properly, application and platform modernization drive the immense value and positions organization ahead of their competition, says Anindip Kaur, a consultant to with the technology research and advisory from ISG. That's multiple example of organization driving home a first mover advantage by adopting and embracing technology modernization when the opportunity presents itself early. On the other hand, there are also many cases of enterprises hanging onto obsolete systems that have long since exceeded their original ROI. KAR advises taking a measured approach to system modernization. Leaders who adopt a crawl workaround approach with thoughtful risk-taking and a strategic focus on actions and results maximize the business value from IT modernization. Is your organization overdue to the full-on IT systems update? Here are 7 signs it may be time to modernization. 1. Technical debt impacts the bottom line. A red flag that it's time to modernize IT systems is when technical debt begins peeling off, rather than view the situation as a hindrance. It can be framed as an opportunity to reassess the value of the existing tools with an eye toward the potentially squeezing more value out of prior to modernizing them. This is true whether it's an outdated system there is that no longer vendor supported, or infrastructure that doesn't align supported, or infrastructure that doesn't align with the cloud first strategy, said Carrie Rasmussen, CIO at a human resource software and service firm Dayforce. Our first step, Rasmussen says, is ensuring that existing tools are delivering maximum value. Take assessment of the current tools in your toolbox and score them based on how many features you are using compared to how many are available, she advises. Rasmussen says the modernization process should begin by performing a strategy and directing it to building the business case for why change is needed. As leaders, we have to focus our time, our people, and our money. So modernization strategy and each deployment should involve people in each of those areas, she notes. One thing an IT leader should never do is sprinkle investment across multiple areas, Rasmussen says. She suggested prioritizing the area that will likely bring the greatest business value. You usually can't move the needle on everything while working with a typical budget, so instead they focus on moving the needles on the one or two things that really make the most difference. Lamson advises make sure you are thinking about where modernization can make a competitive difference and start here. 2. The enterprise has grown substantially. Factors such as your rapid business expansion, evolving business needs, time to market rates, and a margin extension can all drive a decision to modernize IT, given the fact that the current infrastructure is no longer aligned with business goals, said Munir Hafez, Senior Vice President and CIO at a consumer credit reporting agency TransUnion. Start by identifying the problem or trend, then drive toward creating a solid business case and building consensus and support. Hafez advises to identify the benefits and ensure that you keep business value at the forefront. Assuming the biggest challenge is technology-based, there are few problems that can be easily solved. Hafez says often the technical leaders don't devote the sufficient time to communication, change management, and stakeholder management. He observed. Hafez as the most modernization project typically fail due to the lack of the realistic expectations, defined requirement, and ineffective change management. 3. Security weaknesses arise. Security and risk vulnerabilities are most important signs that a modernization is immediately necessary. Once an organization sees the signs of security vulnerabilities or compliance risks, it's a clear indicator that they need to consider modernization, says Vikas Ganurkar, the global cloud migration and modernization leader at IBM Consulting. He noted that recent surveys by Gartner and Forrester showed over 50% of organizations cite security and efficiency as their main reasons for modernizing their legacy systems and data applications. As an effective IT modernization plan requires collaboration across multiple stakeholders. If you want it done right, you need a buy-in from the top, starting with the executive leadership as well as the other key IT and business leaders and teams, Ganukar says. When planning for IT modernizations, it's important to approach the process systematically to minimize risks and align technology with your organization's long-term business objectives. He advises. Start by evaluating your organization's current infrastructure, application, and processes to identify critical pain points, inefficiencies, and opportunities. Ganukar also recommends setting priority based on business impact, cost, complexity, and risk. Ensure that your plan supports one or more of your organization's key business strategic goals, such as improving agility, reducing costs, and boosting security or enhancing customer experiences. The business agility begins to sag. Many CIOs are starting thinking about modernizing their IT systems when their enterprise begins losing its agility and fails to take advantage of market opportunities simply because their existing systems can't keep pace with current needs, said the Alan Thorogood, researcher and member engagement for Asia Pacific at MIT Center for Information System Research. As a first step, the Thorogood recommends identifying the most logical pathway to modernization. For example, will the organization focus initially on operational efficiency, customer experience, or a blend of two? Eventually, an organization needs both greater efficiency and improved customer experience. There are multiple ways to achieve the goal. The biggest mistake CIOs make when modernizing the IT system is underestimating the project scale. Thorogood reported that his organization's recent research shows that it takes 7.2 organizational restructuring to fully complete digital transformation. CIOs should be ready to course correct during their modernization effort, which means that they will need to keep track of progress. He advises using dashboard offering real-time data to monitor the transformation. 5. Outdated systems show signs of misfit. A telltale sign that it's time to start thinking about modernization is when there's an over-reliance on outdated technology legacy systems, especially core systems in such key areas as human resources, finance, and sales, start to creak and just can't keep pace with evolving business needs, said Alex Galibri, CTO for cloud services provider SoftwareOne. Outdated technology typically exhibits a variety of negative indicators linked to poor performance, including scalability, flexibility, and high maintenance costs, and other issues that should be carefully monitored, Galbraith says. System obsolescence also leads to difficulties to integrating with the newer technologies as well as a lack of vendor support, he adds. It's all about keeping your finger on the pulse of your IT ecosystem, Galibra said. He recommended building a user feedback loop and carefully studying the satisfaction metric. This can reveal what it's like to be at the sharp end of a struggling system, providing valuable insight into declining efficiency and effectiveness, and will quickly highlight opportunities for improvement and modernization. 6. Internal outcry mount. Listen to what your power users are telling you about your system, advises Doug Murray, CEO of network management software provider Awik. Understandably, many enterprises may want to sweat this asset in order to get the most of their systems, but this tactic comes with a risk. He warns such organizations wait until the system becomes brittle and begin negatively impact the business. If users are complaining about usability, performance, functionality, and interoperability, it's likely time to upgrade, Murray says. 7. Services experiences frequent disruption. A growing number of enterprise-wide service disruption and combined with a negative workforce chatter is an often overlooked sign that it's time marked for modernization. This could present itself through more frequent escalation, slower delivery of key metric, or a notice of a rise in tickets from both customers and internal teams, said Scott Frost, CIO at Application Strategy, Design and Engineering firm 3Pillar. These issues often reflect a deeper problem with the IT infrastructure and can serve as early warning signs. First, commends building a business case that clearly identifies the problem the enterprise is facing due to the antiquated systems and practices. This should include a clear defined approach, expected benefits, and how those benefits will be measured, he states. Key details such as cost, long-term maintenance strategies, and the project implementation plan should also be addressed. If funds for a full modernization aren't available, for us to suggest identifying the most addressed pressing business goal. Align your modernization effort to these goals. Thank you for your time. Global top 5 SSD module makers surged from 59% in 2022 to 72% in 2023. Kingston, ADATA, Lexar, Tigo, and BWin. Chinese brands leverage home advantage. Global top market modules makers continue to gain market shares. Chinese brands leverage home advantage. The combined market share of top 5 SSD module makers in the retail sector has surged from 59% in 2022 to 72% in 2023, reinforcing a trend of large companies extending their dominance. These major players are leveraging their scale to negotiate more favorable prices for NAND flash, boosting their competitive edge and ensuring they have sufficient resources to stock up and preparation for market shift. Shipments of branded SSD in the retail market reached to 180 billion units in 2023, marking Y-over-Y year-over-year growth of 3.7%, reflecting on the SSD market for that year. It appears that many PCs purchased during the pandemic had entered their typical replacement cycle. Most PCs come equipped with 256GB or 512GB SSDs, which often fall short for gamers and software creators. Consequently, many users choose to expand their SS storage to over 2TB, which helped drive sales. Starting in the second half of 2023, NAND flash suppliers significantly cut back on the production to elevate ASP. This, combined with market expectations of price hikes, led to early purchases and contributed to the overall increase in asset shipment for the year. The TrendForce report that Kingston maintained its position as top of global SSD module makers in the retail market, largely due to its vast sales network and robust product support. ADATA, which target high-end hardware and gaming enthusiasts, claimed the second spot. Lexar expelled the Chinese retail market, while Kimtigo took advantage of its local strengths to boost shipment in China. The top companies took third and fourth places respectively. BWin made a notable debut in top 10, securing fifth place by leveraging its identity as a domestic Chinese brand focused on the consumer market. Colorful in sixth place utilizes its proprietary control and NAND flash chips to improve cost efficiency and drive sales. Gigabyte saw a rise of 2 positions in revenue rankings, fueled by a strong demand in the gaming sector as well as motherboards offering. The Teclast maintained a competitive player in the global SSD arena, moving up one spot, while PNY broadened its reach, though e-commerce and international channels to take ninth place. Transcend the focus on industrial control products managed to maintain profitability in the consumer market, rounding out the top 10 despite a decline in shipment volumes. While fewer Chinese SSD manufacturers made it into the top 10 in 2023, the country's focus on boosting domestic production has enabled local firms to narrow the technology gap as they made their leap from PCIe 4 to PCIe 5. And the flash suppliers YMTC is also advancing next-gen processes to navigate U.S. sanctions. Additionally, the growing preference among Chinese consumers to homegrown products has bolstered the competitiveness of the local brands in the market. Nevertheless, the SSD retail sectors may encounter considerable hurdles in the near future, with nearly all new notebooks now featuring SSDs. the demand for the replacing HDDs, and a crucial factor for retail growth, is waning. Future expectations will rely on the need for increased capacity and enhanced performance. Consequently, retail brands must devise strategies to tackle the anticipated decline in the purchase volumes. Okay, the first in-depth look at Elon Musk 100,000 GPU AI cluster xAI Colossus reveals its secrets. Now, the witness the firepower of this fully armed and operational AI supercluster. The Elon Musk new expansive project, the xAI Colossus AI supercomputer, has been detailed for the first time. YouTuber Serve the Home was granted access to the super microservers with a 100,000 GPU beast, showing off the several facets of the supercomputer. Musk xAI Colossus supercluster has been online for almost 2 months after a 122-day assembly. What's inside a 100,000 GPU cluster? Patrick from Serve the Home takes a camera around several parts of the server, providing a bird's eye view of its operations. The first finer detail of the supercomputer, like its power draw and pump sizes, could not be revealed under an NDA, non-disclosure agreement. And xAI borrowed and censored parts of the video before its release. The most important thing that, like the super micro GPU servers, were left mostly intact in the footage above. The GPU servers are NVIDIA HGX H100s, a server solution containing 8 H100 GPUs each. The HGX H100 platform is packaged inside a Supermicro's 4U Universal GPU liquid-cooled system and providing easy hot swappable liquid cooling to each GPU. These servers are loaded inside racks which holds 8 servers each, making 64 GPUs per rack. One new manifolds are sandwiched between each HGX H100, providing the liquid cooling the server need. At the bottom of each rack is another Supermicro 4U unit. This 4U unit, this time with a redundant pump system as rack monitoring system. These racks are paired in groups of 8, making 4 and 12 GPUs per array. Each server has 4 redundant power supplies, with the rear of the GPU racks leaving a 3-phase power supplies. Ethernet switches and a rack size manifold providing all of the liquid cooling. There are over 1,500 GPU racks within the Colossus cluster, or close to 200 arrays of racks. According to the NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang, the GPUs for these 200 arrays were fully installed in only 3 weeks. Because of the high bandwidth requirements of an AI supercluster, constant training models, xAI went beyond overkill for each networking interconnectivity, so each graphics card has a dedicated NIC, network interface controller, at 400 gigabit Ethernet, with an extra 4 gigabit NIC per server. This means that each HGX H100 server has a 3.6 terabit per second Ethernet, and yes, the entire cluster runs on Ethernet rather than an InfiniBand or other exotic connections, which are the standard the supercomputing space. Of course, a supercomputer based on training AI models like Grok 3 Chapel needs more than just GPUs to function. Details on the storage and CPU computer servers in the Colossus are more restricted Colossus. From what we can see in the Patrick videos and the big posts, these servers are also mostly in super micro chassis. Waves of the NVIDIA for the one-use servers with some kinds of x86 platform CPU inside hold either storage and CPU compute, also with rarely entered liquid cooling. Outside some heavily bundled banks of the Tesla Megapack batteries are seen. The start and stop nature of the array is with each millisecond of latency between the banks was too much for power grid or Musk's diesel generator to handle, so some amount of Tesla Megapacks holding up to 3.9 megawatt-hour each are used as an energy buffer between the power grid and the supercomputer. The Colossus use and Musk supercomputer stable. The xAI Colossus supercomputer is currently, according to NVIDIA, the largest AI supercomputer in the world. While many of the world's leading supercomputers are research-based, usable by many contractors or academics for studying weather patterns and diseases or other difficult compute tasks, Colossus is solely responsible for training X, formerly Twitter, various AI models. Primarily Grok 3, Elon NT work as chatbot only available to X Premium subscribers. Serve the Home was also told that the Colossus is training AI models of the future, models whose uses the ability to are supposedly beyond the power of today's flagship AI. Colossus' first phase of the construction is complete and currently fully online, but it's not all done. The Memphis supercomputer will be upgraded to a double its GPU capacity and with 50,000 more H100 GPUs and 50,000 next-gen H200 GPUs. This will be more than double its power consumption, which is already too much for Musk's 14 diesel generators added to the site in July to handle. It also falls below the Musk's promise of the 300,000 H200s inside Colossus, though that may become phase 3 of the upgrade. The 50,000 GPU Cortex supercomputer in the Giga Texas Tesla plant is also under a Musk company. So the Cortex is devoted to training Tesla's self-driving AI tech through camera feed and image detection alone, as well as Tesla's autonomous robots and other AI projects. Tesla will also soon see the construction of the Dozer supercomputer in Buffalo, New York, a $500 million project coming soon, with industry speculators like Baidu CEO Robin Lu predicting that 99% of the AI companies will crumble when the bubble pops. It remains to be seen if Musk's record-breaking AI spending will backfire or pay off. Okay. Linus Torvalds reckons AI is 90% marketing and 10% reality. The Linux creator is interested in the AI, but the hype means that he basically ignores it. Linus Torvalds recently offered his opinions on the marriage of artificial intelligence, AI as we know it. The creator and leader developer of Linux kernel didn't disappoint with his characteristic cynicism regarding the substance of the AI industry in 2024. So famous for his highly informed yet unvarnished opinions of all things tech, Torvalds grimaced as he summarized the state of the AI biz as 90% marketing and 10% reality. Tavares spoke at the Open Source Summit in Vienna earlier this month, where TFIR interviewed him. Valtustra highlighted his interest in AI segment. During his highlighted interview segment, Tavares attempted to see a potential in AI, but this industry hype is taking its toll. I think AI is really interesting, and I think it's going to change the world. And at the same time, I hate the hype cycle so much that I really don't want to go there, said the tech icon. The Linux pioneer outlined his AI hype coping the mechanism. So my approach to the AI right now is I basically ignore it because I think the whole tech industry around AI is a very bad position. Grimaces. However, it seems like there is almost too much AI BS, bad position. I don't know what is it? AI BS around the thing to tolerate. And it's currently 9% marketing and 10% reality. That's quite a ratio. Okay, one more positive note. The barge reckons there is a change of food. In 5 years, things will change, and at that point, we will see what AI is getting used every day for real workloads. But it now seems fitting to remind readers that this isn't the first instance of the AI industry heavyweight asking about the validity of the AI industry. Just a week ago, we reported on the CEO of Baidu voicing an even more pessimistic opinion that AI bubble would burst and that 1% of companies would continue to pick up these pieces after predicted pop. The Linux Godfather ended the highlighted video segment by mentioning what he believes to be current strength of the AI, what GPU makers great demonstrate. Ruff's forehead, and is obviously being used in many areas, but especially in graphic design, things like that. However, Tavares couldn't resist the last beat, reminding us, but I really had the hype cycle. The say, sadly, is challenging to be the tech enthusiast and ignore pervasive trend in the industry, which often can frustrate as they seem to be marketing bandwagon-led. Bandwagon LED. However, individually are probably best advised to follow in the Tavares footsteps and basically ignore things they don't like, concentrating instead of the abundant and thrilling aspects and potential modern technology delivers. Okay. Titans expert control unaware of matter used for chip making. Country now requires exporters to detail how they use its restricted materials. China tightens control on rare earth matters. The New York Times reported that China is deepening its hold on rare earth minerals by implementing new export restrictions and expanding the state ownership of production facilities. This move strengthens its nearly monopoly on these resources, creating substantially hurdles for foreign tech companies to depend on these materials, increasing their prices. China now requires exporters to submit a comprehensive report detailing how rare earth shipments are used to a long supply chain. Effective October 1st, 2024, this policy enables greater control over who can access these vital resources. Companies outside China, especially in sectors like semiconductors and defense, are directly impacted as the country supplies almost the entire global market for materials like gallium and germanium. The restrictions have been expanded to include antimony, essential for semiconductors and military equipment. They are part of the broader control on the minerals like gallium, crucial for advanced power ICs, and germanium and germanium, crucial for radio applications. In addition, China now treats rare earth mining and refining information as state secret, and the government has recently sentenced two managers to years in prison for leaking industry data. China has also taken steps to bridging the foreign-owned rare earth refinery under domestic control, which aligns with its strategy. A Canadian firm at Neo Performance Materials recently agreed to sell an 86% stake in one of the China's last foreign-held refinery to Shanghai Resources. Shanghai Resources, the state-linked China company. The purchase consolidates China's control over materials like dysprosium, which is used for advanced capacitors. That China produced 99.9% of all of the world dysprosium as primary at a single refinery at Wuxi near Shanghai. The US and its alliance face vulnerabilities due to their reliance on Chinese rare earths, which are used for a variety of applications, including mature hardware. Attempts to diversify supply chain are underway. Countries like Australia and Belgium are investing in refinery, and new projects are planned in the US and Malaysia. However, challenges such as cost, regulatory hurdles along the setup times remain significant. China's dominance stems partly from its technological edge in refining processes and enabling it to produce rare earths at a lower cost and higher purity than other countries. Chinese universities play a critical role in training specialists, giving the country a deep pool of skilled workers. In contrast, Western institutions offer limited courses and pricing behind in expertise. With its move to the cultural market and maintain technological superiority, China is positioning itself to influence the global tech industry for foreseeable future, while some Western companies such as Solvay and MP Materials are working to establish alternative sources. They are substantially competition from China's advanced produce system, leaving them reliance on China's supplies for years. Okay. TSMC Sports Day. What did Morris Chang and Sissy Wei say? Monica Chen, Qinchu, Qinggue, Xiao, and Digitime Asia. Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, TSMC, held its 2024 Sports Day in Hsinchu on October 26th with founder Morris Chang, age 93, in attendance. The TSMC CEO, Sissy Wei, remarked TSMC has come a long way over 37 years, and I have waited 26 years to stand here. He reflected on the company's journey, acknowledging the challenges overcome and the milestones achieved, attributed TSMC's success to the contribution of every employee and the founder worker of a foundational work of the predecessors like founder Morris Chang and MediaTek CEO Rick Chai, among other remarkable leaders. Chang made a personal appearance at TSMC 26th Sports Day, leading TSMC CEO C.E. Wei and the executive team around the 400-meter track. Many retired industry leaders from the semiconductor sector also attended, including the Rick Chai, former TSMC CEO, Acer Chairman, and CEO Jason Chen, a former TSMC Senior Vice President Stefan Zhou, a former TSMC Vice President of Operations J.K. Wang, is a Hermes, a Microvision Vice President Qin Yun-shu, and a Focal Tech System Chairman Chanda Hu. However, former TSMC Chairman Mark Liu and rumored guest Sun Yi Chen and NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang did not attend. COA's speech. COA remarked the sports day served as a reunion for the TSMC family. He shared several positive updates, beginning with a warm welcome to partners, colleagues, and overseas team members attending the event. He also announced that founder Maurice Chang's second autobiography is set for release in November, encouraging everyone to pick up a copy. Following a tradition, Wei distributed small gift, including small bonus of $20,000, US $623.5 for most employees. In 2024, TSMC marked several key milestones. Progress on a 2 nanometer technology is on track, with the 8816 processor now unveiled. Positive developments were also reported across TSMC global site. The Japan fab officially opened. Groundbreaking began in Germany, and advanced continues in the US facilities. TSMC's role in the global semiconductor industry has become increasingly pivotal, and its responsibility has grown in tandem. We hope that everyone would continue to embody the one team spirit and press forward. Maurice Chang's speech. In his address, Chang shared his belief that 2024 would be another record-breaking year for TSMC, though he cautioned that the toughest challenges are yet to come. Confidence in the company's top teams and leadership, he expressed optimism about overcoming these obstacles and achieving the remarkable successes, emphasizing a long-held sentiment. He reiterated that sports is the most exciting day of this year. He explained the employees' enthusiasm, teamwork, and athletic spirit bring him immense joy. Chang reflected on TSMC's Sports Day 5 years ago, when he marked that the company's success had positioned it as a strategic battleground for geopolitical interest over the past 4 years. The prediction has materialized, and TSMC become a central focus of global competition. He noted that the competitive landscape ahead will likely be more demanding than in recent years. He emphasized that the semiconductor industry, especially in advanced semiconductor process technology, globalization is dead, and free trade is dead. In this context, the challenging is to continue seeking development. He firmly believes that if we can offset these challenges, we will succeed, and are supported by our outstanding teams and leadership. As Chang included his speech, he received applause from the audience of the humorous edit. Fortunately, the response was enthusiastic, and otherwise I would have to settle accounts later. It's worth noting that Taiwan faces serious issues related to declining birth rates in 2023. TSMC's Taiwanese plants and subsidiaries welcomed 2,463 newborns, accounting for 1.8% of Taiwan total birth, and demonstrating how TSMC's quality welfare system helps mitigate the impact of low birth rates. Okay. Okay. Thank you.